Hello guys, it's Dearenee. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you the blueprint for you to have a successful winter arc. We are very early to the winter arc as of right now, but once it comes, be ready, and I know I am ready to achieve a lot of things this winter arc. So I'm going to be showing you exactly how you will be able to achieve success this winter arc. If you truly have the hunger and the desire to improve this winter and become a whole new person, reach your fullest potential, as I said before, make sure you watch to the end of the video. Genuinely come with an open mind to take notes and implement what you learned today, because I'm going to be dropping serious value in this video. I'm going to go straight onto the loom and show you a full PowerPoint, so let's get straight into today's video. After watching this video, you will know exactly, and I mean exactly how, to maximize your winter arc. You won't need another video, trust me you won't. It's just about whether you genuinely take the tips that you learn from this video and implement them. If you truly implement them, you will see an effect within your life. You will see yourself go from this year to next year and become a whole new person. After this winter arc, you can genuinely change your situation. So what are these tips? Let me first explain to you what I believe this winter arc will be. This winter arc will be the season of repetition. So I'm going to say, rinse and repeat the same habits until they give you results. Then keep on going, or keep going until you are successful. So whatever you start now, whether you start going to the gym, whether you start that business model that you've been thinking about for a while, whether you start reading, whether you start meditating, whatever it is, keep doing the same habits until you see results. Keep meditating until you see your mind become more clear. Keep reading every day until you see yourself become more articulate and have better ideas. Keep working on your business until you see some sort of finance which you didn't have prior to it. Keep doing the habits until you see the results. And once you see the results, continue to do them until you become successful. You must do the same thing to allow your habits to compound, as the compounding effect is the seventh wonder of the world. So if you was to start a habit today, let's say for example going to the gym, the compounding effect of going to the gym is genuinely a wonder. Someone can go to the gym every single day, or go to the gym to a point where yes, they are progressively overloaded and they're allowing their muscles to be stimulated to stimulate growth. They can keep doing that and keep on going and keep on going. And you can look at that person today and be like, okay, they're just a regular person looking normal, or they're probably small, they don't look that appealing. And then you can look at that person 5 years later, after the compound effect has taken effect, and that person can look like a whole new person. When you allow your habits to compound, you are genuinely setting up the foundation for you to change completely. Because when you start something and you keep going until you see the results, and you don't stop until you see yourself become successful, you are a dangerous person. You don't fear the lack of evidence. You allow evidence to come through compounding. You say, yes, today I'm going to start something and I'm not going to stop until I see evidence. Today I'm going to start something and I'm not going to stop it until it allows me to reach the goal that I have. And this is what it takes. You must allow yourself to start habits through this winter, continue these habits, even prior to this habit, to this winter, prior to winter, start the habits today. Whether it is reading or meditating, maybe even start at the end of the week, at the beginning of the week, or the beginning of the month, the beginning of whenever. Maybe you start in September, or you start when? October, or you start at the beginning of the week. Whenever you see this video, start the following week, start the following first of whatever it is, and don't stop the habit from that day onwards. Continue to do the things and allow the habit to compound. And once they compound, you will see it genuinely change your life. Aim to improve yourself by 1% every day in your winter arc, and carry on improving afterwards. 1% better every day for 1 year. So 1% times by 3, to the power of 365 is 37.78. So the aggregation of marginal gain, and I've touched upon this in other videos, it's basically when you say, I'm going to focus and become 1% better in so many categories. And when this happens and you allow all these things to compound, you will genuinely see yourself become a whole new person. Imagine through this winter arc, you said to yourself, okay, I'm going to lock in. I'm going to be in my season of isolation. I'm going to focus on the gym. I'm going to focus on my business. I'm going to focus on my skincare. I'm going to focus on my health. I'm going to focus on my language, my articulation, all these other things. And you say, I'm going to be trying to improve in all these things. Every single day, I'm going to improve 1%. So you're going to start to see growth there. And then you're not going to stop it. Like the winter arc is not, you don't just leave it there. The growth that you gain from the winter arc, you take it with you for the rest of the year. So from whenever you start, you take it on until next year, and you'll see yourself be 37% better than you was when you first started. This is what it means. This is exactly what the whole point of the winter arc is. The winter arc is you putting out the foundation. you are going to be setting in stone exactly what you need to do for the rest of the year. You start in strong and you take that with you to the end. And the only way for your season of repetition to genuinely work is by you planning what to do and when you will do it. So now, the way for you to do this is for you to create a habit scoreboard. And I read about this yesterday, and I genuinely think it's game changing, because this is something that I did prior, but I didn't know this is what it was called. But it was called to create a habit scoreboard. And what you will do is, you will go through your habits. You'll basically lay in foundation what you do on a regular day. So the whole point is that you want to do this unbiased. You don't want to say, okay then, I have the intention of cleaning up my habits. So rather than me putting out my real habits, let's say for example, you wake up and you check your phone. Rather than put in wake up, check my phone, you put wake up and then go to the bathroom. When you know every single day about failure, the first thing you do when you wake up is you go on your phone. You want to do it unbiased. You want to put that there so you can recognize, okay then, I genuinely do this. So when you see that, you'll be like, okay then, this is something I have to work on. Because if you neglect it, you're only pushing the bad habit to the side and causing yourself to just keep it there. So a habit scoreboard will allow you to clean up your bad habits and add good habits. However, there are no good habits or bad habits. There are only effective habits. So what I mean by this is that good habits have a net positive outcomes and bad habits have net negative outcomes. So to know if a habit is good or bad for you this winter arc, ask yourself what your goals and how will you achieve them. This will allow you to identify your habits. So the only way for you to know if something is good for you or bad for you, or something is going to be effective or ineffective for you, you must understand what your goal is. What is your goal for the end of this winter arc? If your goal was to become more in shape or fit or have a better physique, the only way for you to achieve that is your habits have to fall in line with that. So something such as, let's say you was to do the latter time of your day, where it is for you to be going to bed, your habits for when you're going to bed, you'll see, okay then, the things that you do before you go to bed is you go on your phone, you binge eat sugary snacks, then you go on your phone, then you go to sleep. Well, you know that you're going to struggle to put in a good physique because you are now having a bad diet before you go to sleep. You're taking in bad things, and then you're ruining your quality of sleep. So when it's time for you to go to the gym, you are now feeling sluggish and you don't want to go to the gym. So the whole point is that those will be bad habits for you because your goal is to improve your physique. So you need to be having habits which are going to benefit you. That's why I say good habits have net positive outcomes. So the whole point is that they will be benefiting you because it is falling in line with your goal. You don't want habits to be against or don't align with your identity. If your identity, well, the dream identity which you want to have from now to when you finish your winter arc is maybe you want to be on, maybe as I said before, you want to have a good physique. Well, then you need to have the identity of somebody who has a good physique. So when you make your identity from now fall in line with that, or when you be chasing after that identity from the winter arc, then you will see the habits which you must have must align with that sort of identity. So that's how you find out what is a good habit and what is a bad habit. So that's why you see over here, their one was also to be, I think it was just to live a healthy life or something like that. So you can see waking up is a neutral habit. Turning off your alarm is a neutral habit, but checking your phone is a negative habit. Go to the bathroom, neutral. Weigh yourself, positive. Take shower, positive. Because these are benefiting the person. So the whole point is that genuinely actually do this. Create a habit scoreboard. Whether you pause the video now and you go through and create a habit scoreboard. You go through, you write your habits down. And what you're going to do is you're going to put a negative, so this line, a minus, for the bad habits. Then for the neutral habits, you're going to put an equal. And for the positive habits, you're going to put a plus. Then after that, you're going to go through. But before you even mark them, before you do that, go through and write your habits, what you genuinely do. The first thing you do throughout your days. See all the habits. Don't lie about them. Be unbiased about it. Put your habits down, see them, and then say, okay then. Now that you've written them, then you come as a judge. You look at them and say, okay, this might not be good for me. Waking up and checking my phone is probably not going to be good for me. If I want to improve my sleep or improve my physique or make more money, checking my phone is the first thing in the morning. And when I say checking my phone, I don't mean just like, okay, let me check if I got any notification from employees or check if something has happened. No, I'm talking about you go on your phone, you go straight to TikTok and you go straight to scrolling videos. You know that is going to be a negative thing. So write that down. Be honest to yourself. Write that down. There's no point lying to yourself. It doesn't even affect me if I see it. Like, I'm not going to see your habits. It is for you to help you. So write down your habits, identify what is good for you, identify what is neutral for you, and identify what is bad for you. And when you see these things, then you'll be able to change some of the bad habits for good habits. For example, this morning, I was like, okay then, before my habits would be wake up and check my phone. So rather than that, I said, wake up and let me meditate. Let me leave my phone until I get out of bed and shower and brush my teeth and do all these things, rather than me going straight to my phone, because it will ruin your quality of sleep, or it will ruin the start to your day. And the reason I say quality of sleep is because I started to identify that when I go on my phone before I go to sleep, my sleep quality is usually worse. But when I read or meditate or spend time away from my phone before I go to bed, then my sleep quality is usually a lot better. So I've said from now on, I won't go on my phone before I go to bed, because it means my sleep quality will be a lot better. So these are the things that you want to be doing. You want to be taking away bad habits and inserting good habits. And the way for you to do this is, as I said, you must ask yourself good questions. For example, am I bulking or cutting? And understand what you're going to be doing through the season. Are you going to be bulking or cutting? I recommend bulking because it's cold. So you can already just put your hoodie. You can start to see your skin get worse, your physique get worse, or look worse, all these things. But I think it's just, the winter arc is always the season for bulking. But you ask yourself, okay, am I bulking or cutting? What business model am I focusing on, and how will I execute it? What gym will I be going to, and what time will I train? What will I eat, and when will I cook it? When you ask yourself these questions, you're allowing yourself to be like, okay then, if I need to know what I will eat and when I will cook it, what are the habits that I need for me to be able to do this? Maybe getting fast food is not going to really help me, because I know for a fact that I need to improve my physique. So let me put in stone the habits which it will take for me to improve my physique. Okay, let me find out what time I should cook, when I should cook, and what I should cook. These are the things that will help you. So as I said before, good habits align with your goal, and bad habits push you away from them. So the whole point is that through this winter arc, you want to be cleaning out the bad habits and inserting the good habits, so that the whole time all your time will be spent through your day is going to be productivity. You want to stay away from the bad habits and lean towards the good habits. So that is point number one. Tip number one, create a habit scoreboard. Don't neglect this point. Don't just watch this video and continue to watch it for entertainment. No, genuinely, create a habit scoreboard, clean up the bad habits, and insert good habits. Tip number two, become self-aware to your reason for this arc. And this is very, very important. You must understand why you want to embark on your winter arc. Do you just want to do it because everybody else is doing it? Or do you want to do it because you genuinely care about yourself? Do you actually want to improve yourself? And if it is the latter, and you want to improve yourself, you are watching the correct video. Ask yourself, what is my goal / desired outcome from this arc? So for example, your current bench press could be 90 kg and your goal could be 100 kg. Or your current wage is 1k a month and your goal is 2k a month. So now you know your why, you must now know your how. So reverse engineer your goal and brainstorm what it takes. And I said, for example, 100 kg, what will it take to bench 100 kg? Whatever your goal is, when you reverse engineer it, you want to be able to explain it to a baby. Okay, you go to baby and say, okay, of course the baby won't understand, but for example, you say to the baby, for someone to bench 100 kg, they need a good diet, they need to get good sleep, they need to train consistently, and they have to increase the weight at some point in time. That is basically it. That is all it takes for you to bench 100 kg. A good diet, good sleep, consistently train, and increase the weight at one point in time. So look, now you know what you need to do this arc. Clean up your diet, improve your sleep, go to the gym 3 to 7 times, and progressively overload on chest day. Now you have a direction. So the whole point is that once you become self-aware, once you understand what is your reasoning for this winter arc, why are you trying to improve yourself this winter arc? You have a direction. You know exactly what you need to do. Because now you see at the bottom part is, it went for me asking myself, okay, what is my goal? If my goal is for me to bench 100 kg, what does it take? Good diet, good sleep, consistent training, increase weight. Okay, so now you can take that from the theory aspect of it, of those type of things, and implement it into the real world. So what does that look like in the real world? Like I said before, you're going to clean up your diet. You're going to have a better quality of sleep. You're going to go to the gym 3 to 7 times, and you're going to progressively overload on chest day. Done. That's exactly how you know how to improve a winter arc. That's exactly how you know how you will improve yourself. It's simple like that. You ask yourself, what's your goal? Reverse engineer it. I'm going to make it up on the spot right now, but let's say, for example, with finances, you want to go from 1k to 2k. Okay, what does it take to make 2k? Okay then, there has to be some sort of business model which you're on. There has to be some sort of marketing, some sort of way where you're going to increase this. Or let's say, for example, you're working a job. Okay, you're going to try and improve yourself to make sure that you can become more valuable to the company. Well, you have to be able to show up. So you know that these type of things that you need to do. Okay, show up every single day. Now you have to do that. You have to become more studious so you have more value, so you can provide more value to your customer or to your employer, so you can get paid more. And I forgot the first one, which I mentioned, but you see, reverse engineer your goal. Ask yourself, what is my goal? You find out your goal, reverse engineer it, and then work towards that and put the reverse engineering into real life scenarios. And when they become real life scenarios, implement those things into your life. So if it says, if for example, your one is clean up diet, improve sleep, go to the gym 3 to 7 times a day, and progressively overload, you can go back to your habit scoreboard and say, okay then, rather than me checking my phone in the morning, or let's say for example where it says make a cup of tea, rather than me just going before not even eating breakfast, making a cup of tea, let me make a good breakfast. Let me say, okay, I'm gonna have steak and eggs for breakfast. Rather than me sitting down watching TV today, I'm gonna go to the gym. Or rather than me checking my phone, I'm gonna go on a morning walk. Rather than me just going to the gym and training to comfortability, let me progressively overload. Let me lift heavier than I've ever lifted before. Not saying to murder yourself, but do the small bits. So let's say, for example, right now you can bench 90 kg, but why don't you try bench 92 kg, 2.5 kg? Get somebody to come spot you and try do 92.5. You don't lose anything from it. The only thing is, with your goal is for you to increase your bench press, well then, this will be what will benefit you. So the next tip is, give yourself favorable odds. So you have a goal in mind. You know what you want to achieve. But for you to be able to achieve this goal, you want to try and limit as many distractions and limit as many things which are going to take you off course as possible. So the example that I've given you here is guy number 1 and guy number 2. They both have the goal to achieve 2K a month. But guy number 1 has a girlfriend, he has friends who game, and he has no plan. And guy number 2, he's single, he has ambitious friends, and he has a plan. So I've said over here, guy 2 has time on his side, whilst guy 1 has time against him, because it's only a matter of time before one of these 3 things will catch up to him and take him off course. Whereas guy 2 has no distractions and has a direction, meaning after this winter arc, him and his friends will sit and talk about how successful winter was. So what I mean by this is that guy number 1, he has a girlfriend, he has friends who game, and he has no plan. So the reason why this is going to set him up within his goal, he has no plan, as in he has no way to know how he's even going to achieve that 2K a month. So this is the type of guy who goes around and saying, yes, I can't wait for the winter arc. I can't wait for this opportunity. But bro, how are you going to achieve your goal? How are you even going to get there? What business model are you going to run? Are you applying to jobs? What job are you going to work? What are you going to do? Because if you don't have a plan, how will you know where to go? How will you know what to do? The whole point is you need to know exactly what to do, when to do it, and how you're going to do it if you want to achieve your goal. You can't just say, okay, I'm going to leave up to fate, because that is what you're doing if you have no plan. If you have no plan or no desired goal, you will not know how to do something, or you will not even be able to achieve your goal. Imagine I said to you, you're blindfolded, and I said to you, oh, by the way, there is something to your far right, yeah? Or I just said to you, okay, bro, I want you to go and get me a cup. And I've blindfolded you and put you in the space of nowhere. You're going to look at me and say, how am I going to get the cup if I don't know where I am or how I'm going to get to where the cup is? That is exactly how you should see the walk of life without a goal and without a plan. You can say, yeah, I want to get my desired goal. You want to get to the 2K a month. But if you have no plan, if you don't know where you are, and you don't know how you can get to the place where you want to be, there is no way for you to achieve your goal. Additionally, if the guy has a girlfriend, and this is not for me to say, yeah, break up with your girlfriend for the winter arc, but think about these sort of things. Maybe there's another aspect which you are more lenient towards to letting go, such as maybe the friends who game, or maybe you get a goal and you can manage all of these things. But the guy has a girlfriend. So through this winter arc, winter time is going to be cold. Everybody knows through winter time, everybody wants to go to, what's that place called? Winter Wonderland. They want to go to these type of locations. They want to go out and spend money, go to restaurants, go do all these things, buy clothes, matching pajamas, all these type of things. It would detriment you for your goal of trying to achieve 2K a month. Of course, those things are all beautiful, but you have to choose between one. Either you get your goal or you make everybody else happy. You're going to struggle to do both. And the thing about it is that there are so many other winters for you to embark on all these things. You and your girlfriend can enjoy your next winter. You say, this winter I'm going to sacrifice. But if you don't do these things, you won't be able to achieve your goal because you won't have favorable odds. You're going to struggle. And let's say you do, you can't, if you know you can manage it, go by all means do it. But you're just going to make your odds a lot harder. Comparing guy number 1 to guy number 2, let's say they are the exact same person, but these are the only 3 things that separate them from each other. Guy number 2 is most likely going to achieve his goal a lot faster, a lot easier, and with less stress. Because, firstly, he's single. So he has nobody else who he's in a commitment with. He's not saying, okay, I need to do this to make my girlfriend happy. He's just saying, bro, I need to do this, and this is what I'm going to do to achieve my goal. Ambitious friends. So rather than his friends calling him and saying, yo, bro, it's cold, let's jump on and play FIFA, or the new 2K came out, let's jump on and play 2K, or bro, let's go play COD. He's not hearing any of that. His friends are saying, bro, how are you doing with your business today? Yo, bro, let's talk about this business, or let's talk about that. Or bro, let's go to the gym and train for 1 to 2 hours. That's what his friends are saying to him. So that guy is more likely to achieve his goal rather than guy number 1. Because guy number 2, his friends are even encouraging him to do the work. But guy number 1, his friends are saying to him, yo, let's just relax, let's just chill, let's just do these things. And I'm not 100% against gaming. Like, if you can game to a moderate degree, yeah, sure. But it's actually really rare to find somebody who can game moderately. Gaming is it's very, very addictive. You're more likely to spend more time gaming than working towards your business. So why not give yourself favorable odds? Why not just say, for this winter, I'm going to sit back, I'm going to miss out on gaming, I'm going to focus on my business. Like me, for example, I'll be honest, like I would love to just spend the whole of this winter playing Fortnite and FIFA. I would love to do it. But I know for a fact I will not achieve my goals if I do that. And that is what it takes. There's a level of sacrifice you have to make. And once you do that, once you achieve a goal, by all means, do exactly what you want. But before you achieve your goals, don't have the fun. Wait, delay the gratification. And that leads to the last point. The last point is, make this your make or break arc. So this is going to be your period where you say, nah, I either become successful this time or I don't. That's it. And I'm not saying that because like I'm trying to fearmonger you, or if you don't achieve this month, then you can't achieve at all. No. But push yourself to the wall. Make yourself feel like this is it. Because if you do that, you are more likely to do the work. You don't succeed last winter or the winter before that. When will you take yourself seriously? So last winter you said, yeah, this is going to be my winter arc. Nothing changed. The winter before that you said, this is going to be my winter arc. Nothing changed. So when will you take yourself seriously? The only way for you to take yourself seriously is if you say to yourself, this is my make or break arc. This is the time when I will succeed. I want you to say to yourself, say it out loud, because when you say something out loud, they call it point and calling. So once you say out loud that you will do it, you are more likely to do it than if you just leave it in the air and leave it up to fate. I want you to repeat after me and say, this winter, I will be successful. And success doesn't just mean physical things or financial things, none of these things. Whatever your goal of success is, maybe your goal isn't even to achieve 2K a month. Maybe your goal is to get that good physique. If you get a good physique, or you at least get the wheel rolling, you have become successful. If you have, maybe you didn't get to 2K a month, but you got to 1.7, you have got the wheel rolling. So just keep doing it. This is what it means. So I've said that this paradox will give you a sense of urgency to make you never lose sight of the task you need to do, and for you to stay pertinacious with your goal. So you will not be deviating from the goal because you are saying this is your make or break period. You're going to be saying, okay, now, yeah, I need to be selfish for this period. I need to be focused on myself. I need to ensure that this is the time when I will do the work. When I say there is no other time for me to do the work, this winter is my time to do the work. Sure, like realistically, there is going to be time for you to do the work, but this is going to be the period where you do the work. You're not going to spend any other time on anything else. You're going to focus on your goal. You're going to be focusing on the things that you know you need to achieve. So if you don't make it this winter, deal with that issue when it comes. But for now, don't even factor failure in. So I don't need to be that person that's like, okay, you know realistically that if you don't make it this winter, yeah, you still have many more opportunities. But don't be that person. Pretend. Imagine that this is the time where this is it. What's the saying? We become what we think about. So if you truly believe that this is your make or break season, this is the time where it's like, okay then, if I don't do it, I'm done for. Trust me, you'll do it. I've heard a story about where a lot of people go wrong is that, let's say, for example, someone wants to put a gun to you, or someone wants to threaten you and say, okay, in the next 4 weeks, you have to come and bring me £5,000. You will find a way to bring that £5,000. Somehow, some way, you will find a way. But the thing about it is that a lot of humans find that way, just make sure it's ethical. They find that way to do it, and then they neglect it. They go back to regular life. You found the way, you found something that works for you. Why are you leaving it? Why are you neglecting it? Keep doing that thing. And that's what it means. I want you to go through that period right now. I want you to go through that winter arc and say, okay then, this is my period for me to find what works. Okay, now I know that it works. I am not going to leave it. I'm going to continue to do it. This is going to be the thing that changes my life completely. So as I said before, all progress is a win. Finish in a better position than where you started. So the whole point of this arc is that it is going to be the beginning. This is where you set the foundation. This is going to be your foundation for success. You're going to say, this winter arc is where it all started. From here is when my life completely changed. So the whole point is that you start now, you start to make the wheel roll, and then you'll continue. And all the progress that you make is to add up for the greater good. The whole point is that all progress is a win. Every single last bit of it is a win. Next, you are bound to make progress with this mindset because you'll be like an animal fighting for survival. So you're no longer going to be like, okay, yeah, I can just do it next year. Let's say you're halfway through the winter arc. I think it's 3 months, December, January and February. You're basically done with December. You're like, I can't be bothered. Let me just go again next year. No, you're going to say, no, I need to do this because the guy's going to come kill me. I think, who said this? Dorian Yates. It's one of the things they spoke about is that. So imagine you went to failure and a mean, nasty guy came and put a gun to your head and said you have to do one more. Will you do one more? The answer is yes. Every single time you're going to do one more. Whether you feel like you can do it or not, no. You will do it because at that point in time, you'll be feeling fear. You'll be driven by one of the most primal emotions that as us humans can have. So you'll be like, you know what, no, I need to do this. I will do this. And then you will do it. So you make sure that you will do it. And finally, the last thing is that eat the frog daily and front load the harder tasks / the goal. And every day ask yourself, what would tomorrow me want me to do today? So I want you to do the things that you know you can't be bothered to do. Do that daily within this winter arc. This winter arc is going to be your season of true hard work. You're going to say, nah, I'm no longer going to lean towards instant gratification. I'm going to eat that frog. Whether it is at 5 a.m. you go on your morning walk or a morning jog, whilst it's still snowy and it's frosty, you're like, you know what, yeah, I don't want to do this, but I have to do this. I have to do this because you know you have to do it. That is what I want you to do. Because when you come out of it, when it is summer and it is now, the sun is coming up at 4 a.m. and it is setting at 10 p.m. It's going to be a walk in the park because you won't get harsher conditions than which you will have inside winter, where you'll be cold, freezing, but you'll still be doing the work. When you wake up and your bed is literally hugging you. We all have this feeling. You don't want to leave your bed. When your bed is literally hugging you, you're like, you know what, yeah, if I don't do it, who will? That is what you say to yourself. And you get yourself out of bed. And that's why I want you to ask yourself this question every single day. What would tomorrow me want me to do today? And I don't think you know how much that question will change you. You'll be like, tomorrow, I know I have to do work. For this arc, I know I have to do work, but let me front load it. Let me start today. Let me do it today. And when you continue to ask yourself that question, you'll be doing those extra reps. You feel like skipping the gym tomorrow or skipping the gym today, and you know tomorrow's rest day. You're like, if I skip today, I have to go tomorrow. Rather than doing that, you're like, you know what? Nah, I'm going to make sure I go today and then rest tomorrow. Even if you do, you give it 30%. All you have is 30% and you give it 30% and you still go, you have made tomorrow's life easier. So tomorrow he can rest up, he can munch up, he can chill, and he can enjoy because you worked hard today. That is the whole point. You'll be front loading all the hard tasks. You'll be eating the frog daily and you'll be doing the work which you know you need to do. And you'll be asking yourself, what would tomorrow me want me to do today? So this has been the Winter Arc Blueprint. I've just given you 4 tips to ensure that you have a successful winter arc. Additionally, I want to offer you my school community, the Gold Echelon. If you're interested in this, you want to see even more growth within the winter arc, click the link inside of my description. Other than that, click the video to the top left and you'll watch the reason why you don't have time and you need to start now. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video.